Look at these little guys waiting for me to feed them. Tank, you're scaring away all the turtles. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chill Outdoors. So we had a little bit of a delay on video editing. One of the Shield Outdoors members broke their foot. Yes, this footage is a little bit old. Yes, in most of the country, turkey season is long over. But Joey and I only got to make like 1 or 2 videos from our Kentucky trip. Even if you're a deer hunter, this video is gonna help you. If you're a deer hunter and you hunt public land in Kentucky, or you want to, this video will help you. This isn't just about turkey hunting. And I gotta give a shout out to my friend Aaron. Aaron, you're amazing. You know, it's one thing to know your property and to know it well and to be able to go out and kill your own birds. But when you can hit somebody up, Aaron hit me up. She goes, go ahead, go up to the top of my mountain. There's a red gate, all the way at the top, there's a red gate. And right at that red gate, go to the right. Probably some gobblers in there. I'll tell you what, if there wasn't a gobbler 20 yards from that gate. So before we get started, here's a little bit of video about my gobbler that we haven't even shown yet. So we had an opportunity to hunt a little bit of private land, about 75 acres. And I was told it was a big hill. Well, it was a mountain. I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't know what you gotta do to be classified as a mountain, but this is a double mountain. We were sweating, we started taking off clothes as we climbed, and we weren't even on the main trail. We're literally rock climbing, slipping in the mud, getting stabbed by barbed wire. It was not a good time. So we had our hats off, we didn't have our GoPros on, and what happens? A big gobbler standing right in the middle of the walkway. He was with another gobbler and a hen, so he's already stiff because we actually kept hunting, because I was hoping the other bird would come back for Joey to kill. But he's got a good, oh man, probably a good 12-inch beard. And for Kentucky, these are probably my best spurs outside of Indiana. All my Tennessee gobblers, they have worn down spurs, and this sucker had some pretty good ones. I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't know, maybe 1 1/4 inches, an inch and an eighth. Busted him right in the side of the head, so his fan's in good shape besides us manipulating him now. But like I said, he's pretty stiff already because we wanted to hurry up and we wanted to try to get some back up and get that other gobbler, but that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and go over this now. We're gonna go over how we learned to hunt Kentucky, how we're gonna hopefully succeed a little bit more next year, and how to help you guys, especially on the public land down there in eastern Kentucky. So we actually didn't get to hunt nearly as much as we should have for multiple reasons. Saturday morning was a complete bust. We did not get far enough off the main trail, which that's one of the points we're gonna talk about. However, we did find a spot that Saturday night, and that's where Joey killed his gobbler, so that worked. Then Sunday morning was like, we only got to hunt for an hour. We came out of the woods, went to church, and then there was like thunderstorms and lightning. So we didn't get back out in the woods till like 3 or 4 o'clock, and we only hunted a couple hours Sunday night. But Monday morning was a wash, not even worth being out in the woods. Monday night, or Monday afternoon is when I killed that gobbler. Tuesday morning, we went to a place that we had scouted on that previous Friday, but we didn't get anything. So we didn't even really have that much time in the woods, like that much good hunting time. Now here's what we found out about those public hunting land. Apparently in eastern Kentucky, everybody just rides their 4-wheelers and quads everywhere and just does whatever they want. If you go back and watch the video of Joey's turkey kill, you'll see how many people we videotaped. They're just driving all around in the gravel. So all of the WMAs and all the public land on eastern Kentucky, it's a lot of it's gravel and it's old strip mines. You gotta get off those gravel roads. A lot of it out there, it's very similar to like out west. It was like you'd have like a couple clusters of bushes and then just gravel everywhere else. So you can ride a quad anywhere. So the key to a lot of those is getting first off the main trails and get out to the big timber. We're gonna utilize that next year. We're gonna, instead of just looking at maps, we're gonna look for big timber, because a lot of that stuff is only 10 years old or so. Those strip mines went through like a re-beautification process, and the coal companies had to plant bushes and grass and all that stuff. So there's not really big trees for these gobblers to get into. So that's tip 1 and 2, I suppose. Get off the gravel roads, find big timber. Step 3 is gonna be an easy one. Go scouting. Just do it. I promise you, just do it. Me and Joey would have done a lot better if we had went down weeks prior to season instead of just the day before. Step 3 is scouting. And I made a whole video about scouting, so you would think we would have been on it a little bit more. But at least we had that one day to scout, that helped. Tip number 4 is make friends. If it wasn't for Aaron, we probably would have only punched one tag this trip. Something else I learned about Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, is they don't like you. They don't want it. They don't want any outsiders. Go down to Kentucky, you better leave the attitude at home, because these dudes is crazy. Luckily, I think we have just enough redneck in our blood that people were like, they're not from around here, but we'll leave them alone. We got lucky. If you're a city slicker, don't go down there. Or you better take a redneck friend with you, and I'm serious. They're crazy. A mistake that we made. A mistake we made was just trusting tracks and poop. We saw tracks and poop everywhere. Well, guess what? Before turkey season, there's no pressure. They were wandering all over the place. We saw them out in the wide open. But where we killed birds was in thick woods. Joey's, he shot it in the edge of a field, but it came up out of a deep, deep ravine, and it was deep, thick forestry. I mean, we didn't even go down in there because it was so thick. That's why we posted up on the edge. So that was a mistake on our behalf, was trusting, oh, there's tracks right here, we're gonna hunt here. Our Saturday morning was shot. We didn't have a plan, we didn't really have a plan B. We just went where we thought we saw a lot of sign. So you need to have a contingency plan, basically, and we did not have that. That was a... Hey, dude, can you quit shaking the dock? That was a mistake on our behalf. Another mistake we made was not having anywhere else to go. We didn't have anywhere else to go. We went to we went to 4 places. We went 4 public land places and scouted, crossed 2, crossed 2 off the list, and then we only had those 2 places to go to. And although those were okay, they weren't very big. And we just thought to ourselves, well, there's probably plenty of birds, and there was. But as soon as those birds realized it was hunting season, they shut up. Tip number 4 is make friends. If it wasn't for Aaron, we probably would have only punched one tag this trip. I think the last mistake that we're gonna talk about real quick, the last mistake we really made was we didn't stay mobile enough. We really kind of planned to have the birds coming into us, because in Indiana, there's not nearly as many birds in Indiana. Indiana does not have a lot of turkeys. And oftentimes you can get the birds in because there's a lot of competition. Man, down there in Kentucky, there's just so many hens and gobblers. I don't know that we saw really any super competitive birds. We didn't see, we saw a lot of pairs of gobblers. So that was a mistake on our behalf, was expecting the birds to come to us more. We should have stayed more mobile. We should have been able to say, okay, if they don't make it here in the next however many minutes, we're gonna move up more. And we just didn't set ourselves up for that. So there's 4 tips and 3 mistakes. We're gonna be throwing a lot of footage on YouTube in the next couple weeks, so make sure you're subscribed, like, comment below. If it's still June 2019, go over to Instagram and Facebook. I have a giveaway on both platforms. Get in it. Good luck. I think Tank's eating dirt. Good luck. Peace.